Yeah, should be good. New team, same car, new colours. Is that going to be in the way, that microphone? That speaker thing?
Free coffee?
Yeah. So,
flirting already? Have you been waiting all day for it? Yeah. God,
You want me in here?
yeah.
Tremendous. Do I get a snappy board? How do you want me sat?
Yes, very excited. Plenty of new learnings ahead of the season, so learning how to do a documentary, I'll just add that to the list.
Straight down that barrel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Adam Morgan, I'm driving for Team BMW with West Surrey Racing, and this is On The Limit, Season 4.
Hi, my name's Andrew Watson, and I drive for Car Store PowerMax Racing, and this is On The Limit, Season 4.
Hi, I'm Dan Redbottom. I'm racing for Napa Racing UK, and this is On The Limit, Season 4.
So when I suppose started my on-track explorations, I mean I started really with junior rallying in Northern Ireland and had quite a bit of fun, and then probably realised that was a bit dangerous. My mum wasn't keen on that route, so we came across the Ginetta junior ladder and started from there, and then obviously that was supporting the touring cars, and we sort of idolised those guys in that championship. So went away down the sports car route, but always had an eye on the touring cars. So it's just amazing to be able to get a crack at it now. The sprint racing, side of things, and having 30 cars in the same class on track, and only 24 laps to get the result from a standing start, that the racecraft is a big part of it. We might have 7-8 races in an endurance one championship season. Here we've got 30. So yeah, there's just so many elements, but we're going to pick them off one by one and try and get to the front. So this year the aspirations, goal number one is the Jack Sears Trophy for the rookies in the championship, which is a great, it's a great addition to the championship, and it's a really good goal for us and the team. After that, it's really getting inside that top 10 in qualifying and also being there for the reverse grids for the overall results. But building a good solid campaign throughout the year. This for me is a learning year. I'm racing against people with a huge amount of experience in this format, so it's about learning as much as I can and hopefully picking up a few trophies along the way.
So I got into BTCC in 2012. 2011 I won the Ginetta G55 Championship, and the prize for winning that was a fully funded drive in the BTCC. So I had a bit of a quick step up into the BTCC, and I've been here ever since. I think I grew up watching my dad. My dad rallied, raced, all sorts, from GT to Caterhams, and I grew up going to racetracks watching him. He was my inspiration, he was my hero. So I've always had a really keen interest in racing. Whether the British touring cars was my aspiration, I don't really know. It just sort of all happened pretty quickly, and within 2 or 3 years of racing, found myself winning that championship and then into the BTCC. Let's go crazy.
Yeah, why not? Get food for dinner.
So we are at Sicily Motorsport HQ, or what was Sicily Motorsport HQ, and well, I'll show you. Come and have a look. So first off, my brother, Sam, the main man, my dad, Russell. And this is the office. This is obviously where we did all the paperwork, all the invoicing, all that carry on. What did you do? Quite a lot.
Just paid for everything. These are rented.
Small collection of trophies that my brother thinks I bought to put on display.
They need to go back actually.
Right, let's move away from him quickly. And if you come into here, this is where we used to run the cars from. Obviously we ran the Toyota 3 Mercedes A-Class and the 2 BMWs. It's been pretty busy over the years. We've had Aidan Moffat, Jack Butel, Dan Rowbottom, George Gamble, Tom Oliphant. Yeah, it's been busy.
What was it like having Dan?
Dan, he was good, was Dan. He was quick. Obviously, the A-Class at the time was, I think, the oldest car on the grid. So it's difficult to step into the championship like touring cars in a very old car. It was a tough year, was that one. But yeah, Dan's great. Love him to bits. Most of the time. I have to say that because he's my fellow on the limit comrade. And then if you follow me up here, so this was where we used to keep all the stores, so all old bodywork, all that kind of stuff. As you can see, now we don't have the motorsport team anymore. We've turned it into the Rusty Hole, which we've just kind of changed into a bit of a, I don't know, a bit of a lads pad, bit of a getaway area, I don't know. Table tennis, pool table, big TV, my dad's bike, a bar. So if you guys want a beer, let me know, just give me a shout. Right behind you, this is the boardroom. So we have quite a few meetings in here, sorting out contracts and a few trophies from over the years as well. And I think this one is probably one of my favourite trophies. That's a Silverstone Classic. That's when I raced a Mini. I think there was something like 80 cars on the grid, and it was the first time I jumped in one. It was in Nick Swift's Mini, Willow 3. Best race I've ever done. It was just mega, 80 minis on track, fine for position, and it was just such good fun. And yeah, we won that one.
That is Adam Morgan. He is going to win it. Disqualified is the number 3 car, Chris Middlehurst. So who will be second behind our race winner? Adam Morgan claims victory. And in the charge to the line, it will be Ian Curley.
This is when I won at Alton Park, Freddie's first ever race. And very embarrassingly, I cried when I won. So we'll move on from that swiftly. Yeah, it is odd, because obviously for the last 8 years, I was in here every day. In fact, I've not been here for a few weeks, couple of months maybe. So every time I do come back, it's still getting used to the fact we haven't got Sicily. Being a family-run team, on the weekends race some cars, drive the truck back, unload, and just do it all over again for probably, like I said, yeah, 8 years. And then the thing that's happened is, for us, it was a family-run team. But it was a hobby. It was a very expensive hobby. And it was a hobby that was quite unsustainable for us. So we had to look at other options. And when the WSR deal came about, we thought this is our perfect opportunity to leave the championship with Sicily Motorsport, but I can stay in it and I get to drive for arguably the best team on the grid. There's positives and negatives. You move to WSR, they are a factory team who've been at the forefront of the championship for many years. So you're going to get a good service. The car prep is going to be good. They are results driven and they've got a proven history. On the other side, shall we say, we're giving up control, we're losing control. I think that's going to be hard to sort of get used to because, that was always my job. I was the one ordering tyres and fuel and doing the invoicing and spare parts and all that kind of stuff. And now I'm not going to have any say in it, any say at all in how things are done or anything like that, which on one side might be quite good, on the other side it might be frustrating. Overall, I think the move to WSR for me personally is a good move. I've got Colin Turkington, Jake Hill, Stephen Jelly, all very experienced, all very fast, who I can learn from and race with. I think we all get on very well, so I think it should be good.
So my journey to BTCC's been quite a long one. I didn't get in until I was 30 years old. Had a very long and quite successful karting career. Started karting when I was 5 years old, so a wee boy. And it sort of grew from there really. When I got to 14, 15 years old, the realisation I wasn't going to be a Formula 1 driver probably came to light through budget and possibly talent and whatever else. Put in what you like. So we looked at BTCC. I got to drive a Peugeot 307, which was prepared by Vic Lee Racing at the time. In fact, that was a Halfords car when I was 15 years old. And that turned my head just like that. So after that, it was British touring car or nothing. So after quite a few years of trying and attempting it, we got in 2019. So 2022, there's no way to hide. It wasn't a good year for me. We didn't have much success really. I don't know why. I don't really care to know why. It doesn't matter. It's happened now. It wasn't through lack of effort. I can assure you that. You know, everybody at the team were working really hard. It just, for whatever reason, didn't happen for us. So, you know, new opportunities. You know, the move to Napa Racing UK for 23. It's very exciting. It's very exciting for my long-term partners as well, Cataclean, because obviously without them I wouldn't be in this position. But for me, most importantly, you know, we've got a good race car. Some really quick teammates. You know, you're not gonna question the data out of the guys I've got in the team with me. So yeah, hopefully it'll bring loads and loads of success. So we're here at Snetterton. We've got a 2-day test lined up. We're well into our test programme now. We've already done a day at Donington, a day at Alton. It's our first back-to-back test, so we've got a lot to run through. The weather's just starting to clear up. It's been really foggy all morning. It was 10 miles that way, 10 miles that way. It was really sunny and it was fog descending on the circuit. So we're just about to get some running for the first time today.
There'll be a bedding phase of that. Front brakes are new, pre-bedded as well, so it'll bring them in a little bit.
Obviously, with a 2-day test, there's a lot more time. Unfortunately, all of the test days are session this year. Traditionally, we'll try and run on open pit lane days, so we've got unlimited time when the circuit's open, but we've got windows to do things. Obviously, we've got 4 cars running. There's myself, Dan, Ash, and Sam. So there's a lot of multiples to do on different setups, and we just need that time. So having 2 days, we've got a run plan for day 1 and a run plan for day 2 that's actually quite different to day 1. So just loads and loads of different things to try. So this year I've got Ben as my number 1. I'm sure you guys see a lot of him on camera this year. He's a great guy. We've got a good relationship going so far already. I've also got Dave as my number 2, and then Rob, my engineer, who I've met for the first time today. So yeah, it's all harmonious in the Robo camp at the minute, so long may it continue. So my relationship with Napa Racing UK, it's a new relationship for this year. Everybody is super friendly. They love their motorsport. I'm a huge NASCAR fan, so I've seen the brand for 20 years over the water, as it were. And you know, when they came to BTCC last year, I think they made quite an impact. I think we can all agree on that. So to be a part of that family and to be, you know, to now say that I'm a Napa Racing UK driver is phenomenal. So yeah, so for me, you know, it's a new season, 2023, new year, new team, new friends, new partnerships. I can't wait to get going at Donington in a few weeks' time.
One word.
Frantic.
Crazy. Expensive. No.
Carnage.
Exhilarating.
Carnage.
Hectic.
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 Crazy. I bet everyone's used that as they.
More than one word, there's never a dull moment, that's for sure.
30 drivers heading into one corner all at the same time.
It's a nightmare in terms of just how busy it is.
It always comes down to the wire. You're all in. They're all a bunch of thieves out there, and they'll have you over in an instant.
The British Touring Car Championship is the best tin top championship in the world.
The pinnacle of British motorsport. It's been around for over 60 years.
I think the best way you can relate to it, the cars that we race, you see driving down the road. We're the road version converted to the race version.
There's 10 meetings in a year.
It's kind of all go one end of the country to the other, from Knockhill to Brands Hatch to Thruxton.
10 weekends, 3 races on each weekend.
So qualifying is the most stressful thing of the whole weekend. You've got 3 sets of tyres, 25 minutes to go out and perform literally on the limit as quickly as you can go.
And that determines their grid position for race 1.
So you'll hear of the term of the grid a lot in racing.
The grid is just where we line up, all ready to go into the first corner like a bunch of lunatics.
Race 3 is an interesting race. Everybody's last chance to get their glory, and with the reverse grid, it definitely spices things up.
It's about the finishing order of race 2.
A number is picked out of the hat from position 7 to 12.
The ball they pull out, that is the number of cars that get reversed. So if they pull out ball 9, the top 9 will then switch. Your day can suddenly go from a bit average to being fantastic just by getting yourself into the reverse grid draw.
There's points for top 15, 1 point for 15th, and how many is there for first?
Can you ask me a different question? Sorry. I just know that the better you finish, the more points you have.
So to be a champion in the British Touring Car Championship?
It's the combination of years of hard work, having the right people around you at the right time, having the luck, having the chances, having the opportunity.
You know, one of the most prestigious championships to win, not only in the UK, but Europe and maybe worldwide, you know.
To be a part of that legacy, that history, and for young drivers to look up to you is the ultimate goal.
There's 1,000,001 stars that need to align to make it happen.
And when you win it, you know you've worked hard for it.
First race of the season and calm before the storm.
For 5th place though, Collard versus Watson. Andrew Watson is an absolute man inspired.
That Watson kid, he's pretty good to be honest, I'm impressed.
Big spin as a round goes out of Morgan.
The driver in me is still off.